2 weeks ago, I had a very hard flu. All the symptoms, fever, feeling nauseous, going to the loo, not having energy, blowing my nose, everything. But I had a choice in the moment when I felt sick. How do I respond to this? Am I going to fight this or am I going to accept what is? The whole week I was almost literally in bed. Couldn't hardly do anything for the first 2 days, literally. Couldn't walk to my door. Now, I could have used medicine to suppress the fever or to enhance the process or whatever. But I don't do that. I haven't used traditional Western medicine for years and years and years because there's a reason that the fever comes up. There's a reason that my body is feeling sick. Because something is processing in my body, something is transforming. That is what sickness is. Sickness is a transformation into what's next. The fever comes up as a protection mechanism from the body to fight the invasion of the bacteria, of the virus. So if I'm going to suppress that, I'm actually blocking the process. And what's going to happen? Maybe I won't feel the pain, but the process hasn't been completed, so I will become sick again in the near future. And that process repeats and repeats and repeats until I get the lesson like, oh, I actually need to feel this. I actually need to accept this. I need to stop fighting this hard time and accept what is. Now, I'm not saying to choose like, oh my God, I feel so... Okay, I had some moments when I felt like that. And that's okay. You can't be in the perfect state 100% of the time because we're human. But you can choose most of the time to accept what is and to choose how you feel. Okay, right now, my body is feeling sick. My body is fighting. Body is fighting the disease. So I'm going to accept it. I'm going to take rest. I'm going to slow down. And I'm just going to ride the wave. Now, I'm not much of a surfer. I haven't surfed. I think I've surfed 4 or 5 times and I really liked it. But the analogy that I have is that a sickness or a hard time is like a wave. Surfing a wave. You ride the wave. But if you fight the wave and you keep on paddling against every single wave that comes, you're going to get exhausted. And after a while, you just get dragged away because you don't have energy left. But the waves aren't endless. At some point, the waves stop. So you might as well ride them in the smoothest way you can. And sometimes you're going to fall in the water. But the more you practice riding the wave, the more it will succeed. So when you have a hard time, whatever it is, financially, physically, romantically, energetically, you have a choice. You can fight it and suppress it and like, no, I don't accept this. No, this isn't true. This isn't what's happening. Or you can say, oh, okay. I'm having a hard time right now. And I remind myself that this is a transformation. I need to go through this so my body can adapt to whatever is next. My body is actually transmuting into higher energy, higher frequency. So I'm going to deal with this the best I can, in the most gentle way, with whatever circumstances that I need to deal with. Accepting that this is happening, knowing that what I want is after this. This is enhancing my vessel, my frequency, my being into the next version of me. That's what sickness does. It burns away, definitely fever. It burns away all the old shit. Literally, cells in your body that don't serve a purpose anymore. On an energetic level, burns it all away. So you can be reborn like a phoenix. And that's what I felt when I felt like I had a high fever and it was like I had a little wet towel on my face. I felt like just steam coming off. But in that moment, I was like, oh yes, let's burn it all out. Let's get it all out. Yes, I felt miserable at times, but I knew this wasn't forever. So I knew I just had to give myself rest and space. What I knew wasn't helpful is pushing through, fighting, resisting. No, I'm not sick. No, I'm going to suppress it all with medicine. You can go that route if you want to, but it's not something that will help you long term. It may be a solution short term. You might stop feeling headache, but it will come back twice as hard. And that's the same in hard times. In non-physical way, so not in a sickness way. You can suppress them, you can try running away from them, but they will keep coming back. And remember that you are the ocean. So the waves on the ocean are just events, circumstances, whatever, people in your outside reality. And they come and go. So why not have fun with it and actually ride them? Ride the wave. You choose to ride the wave. Instead of forgetting that you are the ocean and getting caught up in every single wave that comes your way. Oh no, another wave. Oh no, another wave crashing on me. Oh. I did that the very first time that I went surfing. I just was dropped in the ocean. The woman that was with me didn't give me any explanation, and oh boy, it was hard. I didn't like it. Almost said never do it again. But then I gave it another shot with someone who actually explained to me what to do. And I liked it. Because I wasn't fighting anymore. I was going with the wave, not against it. So whatever you're going through, in whatever way, stop fighting it. Embrace what's happening. It is part of you. And loving yourself means accepting every single part of you. Now, it does mean, no, I'm not saying, and it doesn't mean that whatever is happening in circumstances to be accepted for the rest of your life. This is my life for the rest of my life. No, I'm saying that you live in the present, so you accept what's in front of you. You'll deal what's in front of you right now, knowing that what you want is coming your way. So you behave as a person that has it all, but whatever is in front of you, you also deal with it. Whether that's a bill, whether that's a breakup, whether that's getting fired, whether that's having a flu, whether that's hitting your head against the wall, whether that's eating a meal that you didn't like. All those hard times are just moments in your life. It's not what defines your life. Events and circumstances don't make up your life. You decide what's making up your life. You are the ocean. And all those things are just waves passing by. You can look at the waves, you can ride the waves, but you are not the wave. Same with the thoughts. When a thought comes up, as sure as hell still does with me, of self-sabotage, of victimhood. Sometimes you get dragged along, but when you practice, you can pull yourself out of the thought. Oh, I was getting dragged along again. Oh, I can see. This is the old me popping up again. But you choose something different every single time. The more you do this, the more you become conscious and the less thoughts will come and the more you can choose you, the person that you really want to be. Because you are the person that changes first before the rest outside of you changes. And we're still human, so stuff is going to come up, stuff is going to happen. But you always choose how you deal with it. If you fight it, if you resist it, or if you embrace it. This is something you can learn about while still acknowledging how you feel. That's important, not to push anything down. Because it will always come back. Feel it to heal it. And ride the waves as much as you can. Now 2 weeks later, I don't feel the flu anymore, and yeah, I feel fresh, I feel renewed, and I embraced it. So whatever you're going through, embrace it. Know that this is transforming you into the next you, like a snake shedding skin to become anew, or a phoenix rising from ashes. And that can only be done when you accept and step into the next version. And also, so you don't forget and remind yourself that you are epic. Ciao, ciao.